Hello, this is Sybil Harmony, and this is a political or more like a world event. But whatever happens in America politically then affects the rest of the world. So if you wanted to control um, the world and make everything go the way you wanted it to go and be very powerful, you would first probably start in America. Makes sense, right? So this is not a happy, fun video. If you want like, yay, super cool, funsy, hi, everything's great, you can have everything's fun and great because that can be your own personal energy. And I would suggest you watch my last video called like it was fun and enlightenment. And that'll tell you more about your year for yourself. Because a lot of the things that I'll be talking about in this video won't directly probably impact you anytime soon. Eventually, they definitely will. And but I'm not here to tell you things to make you feel good, or I have to tell the truth. And after my near-death experience, I really realized, more of what my purpose is here. I had a near-death experience a month ago, and I'm still kind of just coming out of it. And so this is what my guides have told me, and I'm going to share some stuff with you. If you want to hear that, then this is your video. And first, let's kind of just take a breath and realize and get grounded. I put my hand up to kind of create this line of alignment and groundedness because you need to know the truth, and then when you know the truth, you can deal with it. It's like when COVID was coming out and they didn't want to tell us, 45 didn't want to tell us. I got it severely, and everybody just said, oh, there's a really bad flu going around. And it really would have helped if I had known that was there or what to do, or, but so I think honesty, we've kind of lost that in our society. And that's really what I'm talking about here, telling the truth and honesty. Okay, so what I have here first to give you some hope is the cards for this year that I pulled is nothing shall be impossible unto you. And this is the energy of Yeshua, Jesus. I'm not religious. And a child. The child symbolizing all of us. The child part of us. And I also have the world, which is new beginnings, because this is about the world. Okay? This is a really wonderful card for this year. And we are coming into a beginning time for making some really big changes that are coming up in the future here on Earth. Okay. So the reason why the coup was not successful with 45 is because he was really kind of trying to do it by himself. He didn't have the backing of, we'll call it dark money, okay? He did not have their backing. What he had, in the beginning, they kind of thought, okay, we'll see what happens with him. And I feel like he was even propped up with dark money. But after a while, he became such a big ego and such a problem that he became not electable. And I believe even he himself feared that and knew that. That's why he started these things before the election even happened, this propaganda about him winning, and started trying to dig up dirt on Biden before that happened. So he was already afraid. They did not really want him to win. And they don't want him to win again. So he's out of the picture. So we can breathe a breath of fresh air that he is, I've been saying this for a year or more, that he is, the 45th president will not be elected again. His career is basically over. He does, however, still have the support of people, and that's why the party is still backing him, but I don't feel like that will continue. And their base has gotten smaller and smaller. But what dark money, we'll just call them that, or for lack of different, I don't like using terminology that's doesn't, we'll just call them they right now. The very wealthiest people that control the world, okay, who have separated themselves out, less than 1% of the population that are separate from all of us. Well, the good news is there's more of us. But what they want to do is they are looking for the next person. So if and Democrats can be part of this dark energy too, but it's mostly Republicans. There are some really good Democrats who, from what I can see, don't participate in this and are trying to actually help people. But I don't see any Republicans. There might have been, and you might have thought Liz Cheney, but I think she's part of this because they actually used her to take 45 down, and they did an excellent job of doing that with the January 6th commission. And okay, so what they're doing is the dark energy, we'll call it that, okay, dark energy, that small percent, very tiny percent of the population, is looking for a leader that they can control better if they could just install somebody like Trump almost was, but they didn't help him get installed. If they could just get somebody to stay in there, then they don't have to deal with this anymore, and they can just do whatever they want. So they are looking for the right person who will play the game that they can control, because they could not control 45, which is probably the only redeeming quality in him, which is, I don't even know if I should say that. I have a thing about, I can see people's good sides. I try to. Yeah. So they are looking, and they will be looking this year. They are looking now. They have been looking ever since he lost. They knew he was going to lose anyway. They weren't helping him get reelected. Now, could they get a Democrat in there that'll kind of play along with them, or at least be cowed by their presence? They could, and we might have that kind of a threat situation going on actually right now, but it's not out there in, said out loud. It's just more inferred, and you better know you're not going to cross some certain lines or go too far, because then they'll say that you're a radical leftist or something. Okay. So what is it that they are against? They're against honesty. They like propaganda, the dark energy. They're against gun safety, because it's fine with them. If a bunch of people get killed, less people on the planet means more for them. And they don't feel like they're around those areas. They can't go out anyway and hobnob, and they don't usually. So they feel like they're protected. And if they do go out, they have, protection with them, people with weapons, and so they think that's okay. They are against clean energy. They don't care if they destroy the planet. They are fossil fuel. That's huge, fossil fuel. As species die, that puts us up next. So as they destroy the planet, one of their plans are, they're crazy. One of their plans is to go to another planet. They're just going to destroy this because they're narcissistic, sociopathic, dark energy, and so they don't care if they destroy the earth and the air and the water, because they have air purifiers. They can buy purified. They can be in places where there isn't floods, and they think they can. Well, I don't believe that's true, because you shouldn't fool Mother Nature. Okay, so they are pretty much okay with war if it's on a free country, but you can't really come out and say that because it looks really bad. Although they do come out, for fossil fuel and certain media grounds. So that's kind of an iffy, but hey, these are their friends, the oligarchs in Potato Heads, they don't want to go against them because they're in the same group. They're right, they're all up at this level and they feel like everybody else is down here. So we're going to stay up here with our friends and you guys can all die in a war. It's fine. Okay. And then they are not for workers' rights. They are not for unions. The people who brought you the weekends. I'm sorry, I'm starting to preach and put in my own opinions, but this is my guides. My guides brought me this. I'm claircognizant, so I get a download. I know this. It's like I know it and I see it. I feel it. And so I'm channeling what my guides are showing me. And so therefore you paying more taxes, not them. And no, not for workers' rights, for fair pay. It used to be maybe in the 50s that you could have a job at a grocery store, buy a house, and put your kid through college. Now you need, and your partner both need 2 or 3 jobs just to try to buy groceries. That's a lot of households. Not some people are doing better, but that's because we haven't gone that far down the ladder yet. So there's still hope for us, but we need to know what's going on. So they're against voting rights and they're racist because why would they be against voting rights and racist? Because if they can get you to turn against other people, and those are the bad people that are taking away your opportunities and your money and taking up space and bringing crime and disease, then they can turn us against each other. Okay? So they're racist, they're against voting rights, they are for big pharma and big chemicals, Roundup, plastic, things that make people sick. That's fine with them. And they have all their organic, chef-made little whatevers, but they regulate natural supplements. They don't want the information coming out about food as medicine. Okay? Or certainly anything about energy or healers or anything. They think that's just not even, if they do, they have them for themselves, but they don't care if anyone else, they don't want other people to have it. Because actually the plan is that more of us that die, then there's a better world for them. There's more for them. They don't care, and it's fine with them. They really don't care what happens to other people's health or well-being or happiness. And so they are very involved in the food industry, Standard American Diet, SAD, SAD, okay? They are against your right to choose. They're against your right to love who you want to love. They are against your right to plan a family when you want. They don't care if you have a medical emergency at a hospital and die because of some pregnancy issue. A lot of women used to die. A lot of more women will die because of these policies they're putting out. That's fine with them. They're against education. They don't want any free college, or we have K through 12 free in America. They're like, well, that shouldn't even be there either, And then, but they can't take that away because, that would really draw a lot of attention. But they can go in there and try to get, attack teachers and try to change the curriculum and don't let people learn, because when people are educated, they're intelligent, they're wise, and they can't be controlled by fear as easily. And they do not want you to have health care. That health care that Obama put in helped a lot of people, but it didn't go anywhere near as far as like other countries where they have not infiltrated the system as much as they have here yet. And so other countries have free health care, but they don't want you to know that. And they want you to think, we can't afford that. Well, that's expensive. Doesn't matter if people die. We can't afford that. And the other thing is, they don't really want Trump prosecuted. That's like saying, well, if someone broke in your house and tried to kill you or killed a family member, we shouldn't prosecute them because they're from our town, and then maybe their friends will get angry and do more bad things to us. So let's just don't hold anybody accountable. And so is Merrick Garland part of this? We'll call it a cabal. We'll call it the dark energy. I feel like he is influenced by them. He understands that they're there. And he's also having some kind of other issues with his own ability to move forward and act in a protective way for people, because he doesn't have that. There's something going on with him personally. So he hasn't found the strength and the courage yet to move forward, but I feel, my sense is that he will. And okay, so sorry if this has been upsetting. I do feel like there are and I do feel like Biden is being pushed, like I see a thumb on him by this energy. You want clean environment? You want family paid leave? You want worker leave? You want child care paid for? So, yeah. So if you have any questions or comments about this, I know it's a really dark topic, but we need to know that it's there. This is like the Civil War. It's like World War II. It's like the Civil War, except that it's being not fought in the streets with guns and bayonets and certain towns being taken over. It's more being fought through information, and then being defended by our courts and our laws. So I do believe that we can be victorious, but we need to wake up, and that's why I'm making this video, to what is going on. I also want to mention Susan Lin. I watched her video. I actually made this similar video about 2 weeks ago, and then I took it down because I thought I'm too radical. People are going to freak out, and I shouldn't be talking about this. But now I've decided I don't care. And after, especially she gave me the courage after watching her video, I was like, okay, all right, there's somebody else that's talking about the truth. And so I just love her work. She's amazing. And so I want to, say hello to everybody. You got to keep your sense of humor, stay grounded, continue to take really good care of yourself. And I mean, we're in this period where a lot of people have died in this period, like the last couple years and even around Christmas. It's just been, the veil is very thin. The energy is shifted. It's not going back to where it was. It's preparing you for the new and moving forward. And so take really good care of yourself. Ground yourself, breathe. Breathing exercises are wonderful. Walking. Enjoy every moment. Treasure each day. And be aware and look at the candidates that are coming out and not only what they're talking about or their spiel. They're always talking about in the news like, oh, what's the messaging? We don't want a message. We want the truth. So whenever somebody's talking about, oh, what kind of message are they having, or what, or playing all these lobbyist games that happen in the Senate and the Congress. Part of why all this happened was to clean all this crap out, because it's corrupt. The whole system is corrupt. Not the whole. There are some good people, and be looking for candidates coming forward. And we'll talk some more. Thank you. Take care.